Hey guys, it's Carly and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I last posted, so you could probably consider this to be the first video on my channel because it's been ages since I last posted. But today I'm going to show you guys what my planned March TBR is. Uh, I don't know if I'm going to read any of these, but these are like the books that I'm in the mood right now to read next. So I think I'll actually read them. I've also realized that maybe I've been a little over ambitious with my TBRs. I realized that I can read like 3 to 4 books a month. So I probably shouldn't pick like 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 books to read that month because I'm probably not going to get to them. And then I'm probably going to get into a reading slump and that's just not good. So I picked out, I picked out 4 books that I actually think I can read in the month of March and that I actually want to read in the month of March. These are all kind of like in the middle of series that I know I want to finish this year, so I'm like eager to read them, but one of them is a standalone. So the first book I want to read this month is A Torch Against the Night by Sabaa Tahir. So this is the second book in an Ember in the Ashes series. There's 4 books total, I want to say. This is the second book. I've already started it. I'm on page 10. I started this book and then felt really guilty that I had the Boyfriend Project taken out from my library on Libby, and I was like, oh my god, I have to finish the Boyfriend Project before I can even start reading this. But this book, I don't know if it's the pages or the font she uses or what it is, but I find that I read these novels really quickly. So I don't think I should have a problem. Like, yeah, it's like a 450 page long book, but it's really fast paced. It's really interesting. And I really like both characters. I'm on Team Elias. I really like Elias, but I do really like all the characters like Leia and, oh my god, what's the other girl's name? Helene. I do like Layla and Helene. I think I can read this book really quickly. I like all the perspectives that are in this book. I think in the last book, there were 2 perspectives. There were Elias and Leia, which I like both their perspectives. I like both their characters. And then in this book, you add Helene's character, and I also really like her character. So I'm very excited. I did spill some water on this book at some point. Don't know when that happened because I wasn't reading it, but yeah, I'm very excited to read this book. I'm really excited to carry on the story. I'm excited to see what happens after they flood the school and what's going to happen after like the results of the trials and everything. I'm very excited for it. So this will be the first book I read. 100% this will be the first book I read this month. The next book I want to read is also part of like a pretty long series, like there's 6 books. And this is the final book in that series, and it is Last Sacrifice by Rochelle Mead. This is the 6th and final book in the Vampire Academy series, which I have been working on reading since last year. I started reading the Bloodline series when it first came out and was convinced it was its own series. So when I found out, like just last year, that the Vampire Academy was actually kind of like a prequel to the Bloodline series and that characters crossed over and everything, and things in the Bloodline series might make more sense if you've read Vampire Academy, I decided to read Vampire Academy. I am working through this series pretty quickly. The first book was kind of a drag to get through, and Blood Promise was kind of a drag to get through, but those are the only 2. The rest of them always go pretty quickly. But this book is hefty. I don't know if you can tell. It's like 600 pages almost. It's really long, but this is the last book in this series. And then after I finish this book, my goal is to then reread Bloodlines and see if stuff makes more sense, because Bloodlines is one of my favorite series ever. I love that series. It holds such a special place in my heart. And I was wondering if maybe reading the Vampire Academy would help kind of broaden my appreciation for Bloodlines and the characters in Bloodlines, but I don't think I could love Adrian any more than I already do, but whatever. So yeah, this is the final book. I really, really want to finish this book this month. Like, even if I don't get to any of these other books, this will be like one of the next books I read, because I legitimately need to finish the series so I can start Bloodlines, because I don't want to make this like a 2-year project. Like, we're already almost a year into reading The Vampire Academy. I don't want to spend another year reading Bloodlines. So I really want to finish this book. And I will finish this book this month. And hopefully it's a satisfying ending for all the characters. But even though it's not really an ending, because I know where all the characters go after, I'm just hoping that for Sydney and Dimitri it's a satisfying ending, because you don't really get much of them in Bloodlines. But yeah, I'm excited to read it, and hopefully I read it, and hopefully it doesn't put me in a reading slump. Hopefully it doesn't, because Blood Promise kind of really did, but we'll see. The next book I want to read is also part of a really long series that I've been working through for like a year again, and that is Stunning by Sarah Shepard. This is part of the Pretty Little Liars series. I want to say this is book 11 out of 16, not including the 2 little spin-off novellas. So there's a lot of books, and I will finish the series this year. I am like, legitimately, I will finish it. I started reading this series because I was so disappointed in how Pretty Little Liars, the show, ended. So I'm hoping I can kind of get through this series. These books are quick though. They're like 200 pages, 250 pages, maybe 300. They're very fast reads. They're very quick. And they're really like, I don't know, they're kind of like trashy, but I love it. It's like you're watching reality TV. But yeah, I really want to get through this book so I can continue my momentum, because I feel like I have a good amount of momentum with the Pretty Little Liars books at this point. I read at least one a month. And I didn't read any in February. I read one in January and I didn't read any in February. So I'm really wanting to like kind of get on this roll of like kind of cracking them out one month at a time. But yeah, I'm really excited for this one. So hopefully it's good. Could I tell you what happened in the previous one? Not really. Like, there was a TV, like one of those made for TV movies about Courtney or Allison, or whichever one is still alive, if she's even alive. That was what the fallout was. After their trip, they were trying to figure out who they killed and whether or not it was really Courtney or Allison. I can't sort out which one's actually alive. I think Courtney's actually alive, because Courtney took Allison's spot and got sent to the mental hospital instead of Allison, and then Allison was at home. And then Courtney got pissed off that she couldn't make the switch back or something and then killed Allison. I don't know. I'm not sure. Or Courtney was pretending to be Allison and Courtney was supposed to be at the hospital. So then Courtney switched places with Allison so Courtney wouldn't have to go back to the hospital, and Allison got sent to the hospital. And then on a visit, Allison got pissed and killed. And then Courtney and Allison had a thing, and then Allison ended up being killed by Courtney. I don't know. Something is happening. There's twins, but like, it's good twins. I just think like it's been a while since I read Ruthless, so I'm kind of like trying to figure out what happened, and I'm like, I don't really know what happened now. Now I'm not so sure, but they'll catch me up. So the final book I want to read this month, and I wanted to read this last month, and then my loan for the boyfriend project ended up coming through a lot quicker than I thought, so I kind of put this one on the back. So then I kind of put this one on the back burner because I own this one, so I can read it kind of whenever I want. But I want to read it now because her new book comes out in June, and I really want to read that one when it releases. So the book is, the final book I want to read this month is Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. So I did read The Love Hypothesis last year. I want to say like a couple of months ago. It hasn't been that long since I read it. And I loved it. It's a 5-star book for me, one of my favorites. So I'm really excited about Love on the Brain because I hear that people think Love on the Brain is better than The Love Hypothesis, so I'm like really looking forward to it. I just love a good rom-com. I don't read romance unless it's rom-com. I really am not into that like sappy type of romance. I really do love a good rom-com where it's kind of cheesy, there's ridiculous situations happening, nothing really makes sense, but yet everything makes sense. That's the type of romance books I love. So I am really excited to read this one. I don't know that much about it other than it's a data scientist. No, so she works for NASA and he is her co-worker, I want to say. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this book, and I just love the color of it. It's such a pretty color. And I'm so excited to get the third one when it's released. Love Hypothetically, I think is what it's called. It releases at the end of June, and I'm really excited for that one. So very excited. And I also think this is Enemies to Lovers, and I do love Enemies to Lovers. I think Enemies to Lovers is so cute. But yeah, I'm really actually excited about all the books I picked out this month. Will I read all of them? I don't know. Sometimes I finish a book and then I like go to my bookshelves to like put it back and get the next one out, and then I just like get drawn to a certain book and I'm like, no, I have to read this one next. Sometimes my library holds end up coming in a lot quicker than I realized. That's what happened with the Boyfriend Project. So then if I have a really popular book that comes in on my Libby app, I do prioritize those ones, because if it goes on hold again, it'll probably be another 2 or 3 months before I can read them. That's what my hold is for Twisted Love. I really want to read the Twisted series, but I don't want to buy it because I hear that people don't really like the first book. People don't really love Twisted Love. They really like Twisted Games Onward. So I don't want to buy the entire series and then hate Twisted Love and then not like Twisted Games, and then I just have the whole series. So I'm gonna like rent Twisted Love from the library and rent Twisted Games from the library here, and then hopefully I'll like them both, and then I'll buy the rest of the series. That's what I'm hoping for. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am oh my gosh, these books are all different sizes. I don't know why I didn't pick books that were all the same sizes. I'm really excited about my TBR for March. These are all books that I really want to read. These are all books, except for Love on the Brain, these are all books in really kind of long series that I'm trying to work through this year. But yeah, I'm really excited about my reading for this month, and I'll let you guys know if I actually read any of these books. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye!